Welcome back to Let's Play 2064. We've made it to the 5th chapter. There's all sorts of conspiracy going on.
We've got a whole crop of things to do and not a lot of time to get them done.
Wait, how did you get into my apartment?
Hardly had to blink to crack your door.
Yeah, Turing was saying earlier that the door is very not good.
Did you know that it's just a knockoff of the Secugate M/14723-B?
I don't
Why'd
know.
you make the entry code the birthday of your first dog anyway?
How do you know the birthday of my first dog?
That's what I asked.
Anyhow, I felt a little silly when I realized your window was propped open and I could have just used that.
Yeah. I don't even know my dog's birthday.
Huh, deja vu.
Y'all should be more careful about that. Though, I can't blame you much. The climate control in here seems a bit lacking in the stamina department.
Would you stop ripping on my apartment? I get it. My home sucks. Can we get back on track?
No worries, doll.
What have you learned from the files we sent you?
Nothing all that new, to be honest. All the files we got from that Vincent fella just covered what we already knew in greater detail. There is one thing that stands out, though. At least from what I've read so far.
Oh?
Yeah. See, Hayden's long-term goal wasn't to make a machine intelligence per se, right? Don't take it the wrong way, Turin. You might even already be aware of this after talking to folks involved in your creation. Hayden wanted to make a machine system that could contain human-like intelligence. And even just from his notes, his programming work is, well, it's something else. Elegant. Artful. I'm just a kid banging on pots and pans compared to him. Looking at his notes about my interfacing between your AI core and the Lips OS, I barely managed to duct tape the two together at a level he'd approve of. But I think I'm getting off track here. What I'm trying to say is, he didn't write your code, Turing. No one did. Hayden wrote a program that automatically generates a new machine intelligence based off of the hardware profiles the system is installed on.
Melody mentioned something about that. What does that mean?
It means you don't have to be alone, Turing.
Exactly. Assuming we can get our hands on Turin's original source code, we could generate new machine intelligences as we please. You wouldn't be the only one anymore, Turin.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I hardly know what to say.
But once you consider the stuff I found in the research, it gets a damn sight more complicated. Stuff about Big Blue and Parallax's planned launch.
Vincent speculated that Hayden's research into me would have interfered with the launch. And that's why they...
Turin.
That's why someone had him killed.
The potential for wrongdoing with an AI like Big Blue is almost beyond belief. Even if I don't go into all the crooked shit the people running Parallax could pull off with it. I mean, you're built different, Turin. Your personality profile would degrade pretty quickly outside your original hardware, so we don't gotta worry too much about you going haywire, right? But Big Blue ain't got that limitation. If it decides to go off the rails, well, we'd be screwed faster than a rabbit in spring. Good and proper.
How likely is that?
I'd say it's inevitable. Guaranteed. In fact, in a sense, it's already happened.
What?
Their prototype build. Baby Blue.
Well, yeah.
I'm almost certain it's loose on the mesh.
Wait.
The research notes on the project show, clearly and with certainty,
I thought Baby Blue got shut down.
that the test AI was shut down once it tried fiddling with the data on the meshnet in the hope that it would increase its chances of survival. I guess it didn't think that doing scary shit like that would get it turned off. But that was almost a year ago.
And it's still happening.
Vincent told us about all of this too.
Well, I think Baby Blue is the bugger that was changing all those articles on the mesh to be pro-parallax or at least anti-human revolution.
Do you think Baby Blue had anything to do with the attacks on Nanya, Shitaro, Charlie, and Zin?
I don't know. We can't rightly rule it out. It might have found an agent in the real world to keep its existence secret, but I doubt it. Killing people is messy as hell, and it runs against its apparent goal of convincing the public that AI ain't scary. I think we have a third party trying to clean it all up. And my money is on someone from Parallax. Whoever took out Hayden, I'll bet they're in full damage control mode now. We already know they don't care who gets hurt.
How does this tie back to Turing?
I think we gotta do something to stop the launch of Big Blue.
Well,
It's
yeah.
too dangerous. I don't want a company like Parallax in sole control of the most powerful machine intelligence on the planet. Do you? If we can get Hayden's original source code for Turin and upload it onto the mesh through Parallax's server core, we can turn every single ROM into a sapient individual.
Oh, that sounds dangerous as hell, lady. Dang.
That'll stop Big Blue from being able to become the monolithic threat we're scared of. We could also upload a patch for every ROM to prevent Big Blue's reach from using their resources.
Yeah, we could just do that without turning them all into living beings.
Without the ability to control all ROMs, Big Blue loses its ultimate power.
And I wouldn't be alone anymore. There would be millions. Hundreds of millions of ROMs just like me.
Well, you're cutting edge of ROM tech, Turin. Most of today's ROMs wouldn't be quite as smart or capable, but if I do it right, code should propagate across the mesh to all future ROM activations. It'll be a self-sustaining thing. You'll be in good company soon enough.
It's a big decision. We're talking about the metaphorical singularity. The point of no return. Is it okay for us to make this decision for the entire world?
We don't have any other choice. This is gonna happen, one way or another. Either Parallax gets to control the debut of worldwide machine intelligence, or we let the ROMs control themselves.
What do you think?
This is a bad idea. We can't make this decision.
What do you want to do then? Write an article and hope that the government jumps in to stop them? Try to drum up a public outcry and get the project canned? Big Blue could launch as soon as Christmas Day.
What? Christmas Day already? I didn't know it was that quick of a time scale. Well, I'm not Superman, Tomcat. I'm Clark Kent.
Huh?
I don't know. So, I'm a writer and I can shine a light on this for the world to see.
You can't be serious. You forget about all the folks that have already died. All of them, either inside or connected to the press. You
Oh, yeah.
really want to sleep with one eye open for the rest of your life.
Good point.
This is a matter of life or death now. We need to be careful. They want to play things quiet, and so can we. And I know how to.
You haven't steered us wrong yet, Tomcat. Maybe you're right. I can do this. I'm faking. I can't really do this. But I'm gonna pretend I can do this.
Someone's got to look after you.
Oh my god, I got a trophy for saying Clark Kent.
Well, whether the world is ready for AI or not, we're here to stay. I might as well throw my chips in for my own side.
We're here. We've got gears. Get used to it.
Let's do this! On our terms, not theirs.
Yes. Ha! I love nothing more than a little anarchy.
It does have a certain poetic justice, does it not?
I don't think anarchy is something you can have a little of.
Parallax removed Hayden to protect their project from his creation, and now I, his creation, will bring their project down. Just for the truth. Perhaps after all ROMs are sapient, I will be able to convince them to cut off Parallax's access to the mesh as a data collection tool entirely. Paying them back double indeed.
I like the way you think, Turin. First things first, we need to get our hands on Turin's source code. The research notes we've gotten so far are helpful, and it's given me an idea how to spread a little bit of Turin all over the place, but they don't actually have Hayden's programs. I can't replicate them myself, so we'll have to steal them.
Thankfully, we have the best hacker in Neo SF right here.
Don't you make me blush now. We can get the source code from one of Parallax's secondary data centers. It's probably stored in a couple of different places, but I already have one in mind. I've done a little groundwork already, but I'm gonna need physical access to do my thing.
We can do that for you.
You're a peach, hon.
Wait, which meaning of peach are you using there? Huh?
I've got a couple of ideas on how to get y'all in, but I think we're gonna need to mostly play it by ear.
I'm a peach emoji.
We should do it soon, though. First thing this morning. Guard shift don't change until 8 when the office opens, so they'll be sleepy and distracted. Once y'all have done that, I think I can incorporate the code into a custom firmware update that'll wake any ROM it's installed on. I have to upload it, physically, to Parallax's main server farm. And that's on Treasure Island.
That's how we hack the planet. Treasure Island?
From there, the ROMs will install like a normal patch from the company.
Is there actually an island in San Francisco called Treasure Island?
So, don't set anything on fire right away, you hear? It'll be a pain to get into the main complex otherwise.
That sounds like a workable plan. I hope you don't mind if I take a short walk, Tomcat.
Sounds like a plan that was too complicated for me to remember at this point. Break in, steal the code, upload it. That's pretty much what I remember.
I know I gave the go-ahead on this, but I still need to think a few things through for myself.
Sure thing, doll. I'll hash out a rough plan by the time you get back. Call us if you need anything.
This entire video is just going to be this one conversation.
Thank you. I won't be long.
Well, I guess I should say thanks for helping out.
Yep.
But I kinda need to get something off my chest.
Uh-oh.
I'm actually glad Turin went out. They're a bit naive, and I'm not sure they'd really understand.
I just realized the person that keeps calling Turing they is the other person in the game called They.
There's enough shit to worry about without me piling more on top.
Project much?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
The beginning. Yeah, okay. So, the truth is, I'm not from North Carolina. I only visited my gramps there.
Damn it. You liar.
I'm California born and raised. Napa Valley. Over the years, it's kind of grown into a community of wealthy old folk who like things and people who don't change. My parents were no exception, and I was a little too different for their tastes. It was hard growing up with them. They never gave me too much hell, but things were tense, especially after my sister Catherine moved out. Eventually, she was set up securely in Neo SF, and she offered to let me live with her until I got out of school. I think my parents were a little relieved to see me out. I was ecstatic to be free of them. I worshipped the ground my sister walked on. And that was before I found out what she did for a living. She was flashy and colorful and a whirlwind of activity. And she was a brilliant hacker. She was Tomcat.
What? You're stealing identities and accents? You're completely fake.
She let me learn at her feet, and once I was good enough, folded me into her little coup of crackers hell-bent on changing the world.
Different meaning of crackers, I assume. As in cracking code.
She's the one who orchestrated the original hack on Parallax, exposing to the world the holes in their original MeshNet security. I was just along for the ride.
Stolen valor.
She always knew she would get caught, though. How could she not? Parallax was one big Goliath, and she flinged a stone square in their face. She was looking at serious jail time, and willing to eat it to do what we all thought was right. But it just wasn't right. It wasn't fair for her to throw her life away, and I couldn't let her. She was always better at software than hardware, so I rigged all of our computers to self-destruct. When the feds showed up at our door, all of our server farms were already up in smoke. I gave them quite a fireworks show. Before she could stop me, I turned myself in as Tomcat and took credit for the whole job. She tried to talk me out of it, but without the physical evidence, they couldn't prove she had anything to do with it. It's all right, though. It was for the best. I figured I'd just get a year of juvie. I'd be back out in no time. No big deal, right? Especially when compared to the time that she'd have been jailed for as an adult. And so, I waited patiently. I cooked up so many ideas on how I was gonna make it up to her. I knew she must have blamed herself. But before I ever got out, there was an accident. An auto cab hit my sister. She died on impact. And that was it. It's hard, blaming yourself when things go wrong because you did something right. I took her sentence so that she could have a life, and instead, not being in jail killed her. If I had just let her take the blame. I can't stop thinking about how she'd still be here. And no matter what I told myself, in my heart, I couldn't believe it was just an accident. Do you know how rare it is for those things to hit a human? Someone knew who she was, someone knew what she did, and someone wanted to make sure she would never do it again. So I became Tomcat. I've spent years trying to find information inside Parallax to prove someone inside the company called a hit on my sister. Failing that, I've been trying to find a way to bring them down the way she always wanted. Catherine was... If you had met her, just for a moment, you would understand. She was everything I could ever want to be. But over time, that little bot has grown on me. Maybe you have too.
Will stopping Big Blue burn us?
Most likely. But I've already set things up, so I take the fall again, if need be. Turing is an innocent in all of this, and they'll need you to help shepherd all the new ROMs. I'm more expendable. If I can help take down Big Blue, maybe even Parallax itself, then I'm willing to go back to jail. I just wanted to get that all off my chest.
Hack the world. I said that earlier in the video. I don't know what the origin of that phrase is, though. I just know it's a phrase.
My sister, she'd smack me if she knew I've been holding this grudge. I'm trying to learn to forgive myself. Still, I won't let her go unavenged. We're so close to bringing them all to justice. I know she'd be proud. I know if she were here, she'd be right next to us, helping until the end. I've been carrying all this for so long, and I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere. Thanks for hearing me out. I hope we can really do this.
Did you just drop the accent? She sounded different in that last sentence.
Friends,
Romans, countrymen.
I've returned.
Okay, we can see that.
I'm ready.
Good. We've wasted enough time already.
Yes, we've wasted a whole video just chatting.
I've marked the location of the data center on your map.
Okay.
You'll have to go in and get the source code mostly on your own, but I'll load on some programs that'll give you an edge.
We'll do our best, Tomcat. But what happened to your accent?
Huh.
Oh, don't you worry about that. It comes and goes like a vagabond kitty. Get going, you two. I have lots of code to write, and you have a lot of data to download. Stay in touch.
Of course, Tomcat. Thank you again.
Don't worry about it, hon. We've all been hurt by Parallax. It's about time we hurt 'em back. Good luck.
Okay. Well, we're gonna end the video here finally. An entire video of talking, a long video of talking too. And in the next one we'll go to Parallax and do all the stuff.